Welcome back, guys. So we're going to be working on our second model now. We're going to be working on wall panel 2. So let's go to File, New. Let's go to Select. Let's select our low poly, which is wall panel 2 underscore low. Everything's unchecked, so we'll hit OK. And let's start going to our texture set settings to see how this baby basically bakes out. So let's go to Bake Mesh Maps. I want the output to be 4096, and you can change this depending on what you want to bake your textures at. And I'm going to go to High Definition Mesh, select this, and I'm going to locate my high poly that we just did inside of Blender and export it over the Fusion model. So wall panel 2 underscore high, open, and we'll change the frontal and rear distance of the cage here to somewhere around here, around 0.026 or 24. Really doesn't matter. And if we have artifacting or the bakes don't come out clean, then we'll just come back to here. Anti-aliasing, I'll do 8x8. You can do 4x4. I'll leave it on always because we're just working with one model. So let's see how this bakes. Now let's click OK. And while we're still in texture set settings, I'm going to go up and change the size from 1K to 4K, or I could do 2K, it really doesn't matter. I'll do 2K just for sake of convenience so it actually runs smoothly. And let's just hold shift and middle mouse, click and drag it to the left and right to rotate the lighting, and we can see this came out extremely well. Remember, because there's no details on here really. So I'm really excited this came out really good. So let's start texturing this. Alright guys, so let's go to the layers panel here, and let's add a base material, and I want it to be uniform with the last model. So we're going to go to smart materials, right underneath materials, and we're going to scroll down to so we can locate that that green steel color. We're going to drag and drop this onto the model. And let's go to the folders drop down inside the layers panel, and let's toggle off the dirt, and let's go to the base color, which is the material. Now we can change the material by selecting it, and let's make this grayish. So, because remember, we can't have it all black, so we want it to be lighter, darker color. So somewhere around here looks fine. So if I rotate the light, we can see this a bit better. That looks really good. So now what I want to do is scroll back up and close this folder and name the folder base color so we have it nice and organized. Now I want to scroll up in the smart materials and add that nice little gate that we used before, and I will add that in a few different spots. So I'll grab the fabric stretched sci-fi material and drag and drop. Now in the layers panel, I'll select the folder, drop that down, and select the mask. Remember, this is the color, the first material, and the right will be the mask. And we can choose the hex pattern here. So if we scroll up in the attributes, which are the properties, we can go underneath the UV transformations and go to scale and downscale this a little bit. So it's nice and visible. And this looks fine at this size. It's around 53, it looks good. So let's scroll down to where it says grayscale. We're gonna change the scale to be somewhere around here. So 1.18, and we can adjust this here in a second. Now we want to change the color of this. So we'll go to this color. Remember, this is the mask and this is the color. So we're gonna go to the color and scroll down to base color, select it, and we can make this a lighter color. We want this to be like a silver or white value. Once we have this, we can also turn on metal, and we can make this more metallic. So let's go to the metal slider and slide this, make it a little bit more metallic. Now what I want to do is scroll down in the body of the folder and find the base color and change this to be black. And this looks good here. So what I'll do now is close out the folder. And I'll right click on this layer after selecting it and go to add black mask. And I want this black mask to be in a few different spots. So maybe here, the bottom here, and I was thinking about the background of this, but it might be too much of the hexagon honeycomb look to it, but we'll see. So I'll just downscale the brush size so I can better trace this area. Remember, hold down shift to draw in a straight line. Now I have that done. Now I can just fill in this area at ease because I did the border first. So that looks nice right here. And we'll go up and do the same for this area. I don't know if I want to do it for this area just yet. I might just leave this because I don't want to have too much of this going on, because that can be a little overwhelming for the material. So I'll just fill in this area. And depending on how long this video is, I might just save it for part 2, the bottom area. I want these videos to be nice, short, and to the point. I know some of the previous ones were a bit long, but that's because we were just learning about these for the first time. And I want you guys to get more familiar as we go through. So that looks good right there. Go down, scale this brush, bring it up. Now we'll start to fill in the blanks. In texturing, I think I mentioned it in the previous video, but it's my favorite part because you can take a simple model like you guys see that we're working with and just go crazy. And there's no way that people can really tell that this only has, like maybe 6 faces just off of looking at it, because the texture detail is really good. So there's a lot you can get away with just by having good materials. And I want this black part to stay here, so I'm just going to go around it slightly. Because remember, this detail isn't actually here, it's just baked detail that's giving the illusion of being here. So when you start to adjust the different heights and things like that, it better helps sell the reality of the object you're texturing. Let's just fill this in. And I might time lapse me texturing this depending on how far I actually get. I don't want to bore you guys with just watching me do something. So I might leave this area. I could leave this untextured and just make it a different material color to help with the breakup. And I can always change something later down the line. It really just depends on me. And also I want to give you guys the freedom to texture this how you want it, so you don't have to copy me verbatim. You can do something that makes more sense to you. So we have this area. We are at 6 minutes now as far as the texturing portion. I don't know if I'm going to end it here and continue. I think it might be best if I end the video here and continue with the next video. So I'll catch you guys in the next one.